And we got quite a bit more to go on this hedgerow. Get some of this dead wood out of here. Cannot forget these. See, basically you have this collar where the seal rides there. That goes on first. This here pushes that down, and this seals between the inside edge of that and the bearing. Okay? This washer goes on next, and basically the oil pump worm gear rides on that washer. Well, there it is. That's the saw that has the 268 piston with a pop-up machined into the crown. And that's its first start. Started up in like 8 pulls. Means it's got good pulse. That aftermarket carburetor is working pretty well. Hope you enjoy this saw. I mean, this has been fun to build. It's a true junk pile build, you know. But we kind of built this out of used bearings and salvaged top end with 2171. It's got some Chinese stuff in there somewhere, like the carburetor and carb bracket. It's got X-torque handle and chain brakes, so they're a little bit tall, you know. Yeah, it looks to be like you got some maple there.
It's heavy to maple, and this is a rough.
You're going up there somewhere.
Yep, that's the small skidder.
The one right there.
I just use that for pretty much for section, and I was pulling with that the other day. Jesse likes to pull with this one. If we both need to pull at the same time, I'll take the tractor.
Yeah. Is that the old 390 or is that one of the other ones?
That's the old one.
Good.
And I like the new build.
That's good to hear. Is it over here on your...
Yep.
Very, very cool. These are the 5...
These are Jesse's 576s, because he was just getting ready to go up. Yeah, here's your new build. And I've been enjoying this.
The tip is holding together?
Yes, yeah. And it's noticeably easier to run in the woods, felling.
It is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. Well, I got to go over and visit a friend. But before I do that, I want to break this saw that has the 268 pop-up piston in just a little bit. I've got a little job I could use it on. And just see how it operates, you know, see how it runs. I think one of the things that gets missed at times is it's not about one saw versus the other. What it's about is, does this particular tool get the job done? And we can spend endless hours going back and forth cutting cookies and arguing the benefits of one modification versus the other. But at the end of the day, they still have to go out and cut trees. And for many, that's the alternative. So I think what we're going to do today is just use it, just see how it operates, how easy it is to start, restart, does it cut fast enough, and just evaluate it as a tool. Again, this is the 372 that has the 268 piston that I machined into a pop-up. And for me, and I'm not sure I speak for everybody, I don't try to, I just speak for myself. For me, one of the most important parts of the puzzle with a saw is how easy is it for me to start. So, evaluation number one on this new build here is, does it start in a reasonable amount of time with a reasonable amount of effort, because that's really important. Okay, that answer is yes. Now, we have a small job. If you look out there, you'll see a maple trunk that doesn't have a top because for whatever reason it had died and fallen off onto the ground somewhere. And I like to cull that kind of thing out because it pulls resource from the trees around it. So what we're going to do today is just drop that tree down, and then if there's anything left in it, we're going to block it up for firewood. That is the task. I'm just going to drop it out into that stuff right there. It'll make its way. So how about restarts? How easy is it to restart this thing? And actually, I'm going to take the picture from the other side because I'm going to work from this side over here. All right, restart. All right, how about restart? It needs a little bit of tuning. Let's see what it does. I like it. That's a useful saw. Oh, by the way, it's not that bad power-wise either. It's got some pretty good power. But for whatever reason, it really starts easy. I haven't quite figured out why. I don't know if it's because I've got the X-Torque ignition on it. I'm going to put a little more fuel in it right now. And then come back here and split some of that wood. I want to add a little bit more fuel, especially on top. It'll pick up a little power. But as compared to my highway hot rod, this is a lot easier to live with. I don't know if it has the same power. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't win a cookie race against highway hot rod. I'm gonna leave it right there, 13.1. So let's see. Let's see whether or not my build is as good as some of the other options out there. Well, I can tell you right now, this is junk, because it's not going to cut in straight line for me. Nope. I think I'm going to leave it right out in the woods. It won't cut in a straight line. So there's 20 bucks that was wasted, huh? Maybe for branches it's okay, but doing something like this, that would take a while. I don't have a while. Believe it or not, it's out of gas. All right, let me load it back up with fuel and continue. But at least it didn't stick like the last one I did that to when it was first built. So I think because of time constraints, I'm going to have to stop it there. But I really think that this has been a successful build. This one right here. We go load up with gas. I'll take a couple more cuts, make sure it keeps going. Well, it runs pretty good. I would put this in the category of a reasonably successful build. I'm not sure I'm liking that aftermarket carburetor. It seems to be a little bit finicky, but I've had that happen before. Let's see if it restarts easy. It's got good compression. Not as much as I would have expected with a pop-up piston. A nice solid run though. Definitely a successful build. The concept, I think, is really interesting. I think the summary is it hasn't broken yet, so I really don't know where it's going to end up. But as compared to other high compression builds that I've done in the past, it's not quite as shocking a difference as I would have expected. And I think going back and measuring a little bit to make sure I got what I think I got when I did the build is probably in order, because it just doesn't have as much compression as, say, the highway hot rod does. That thing there is tough to pull over. This one might have 165, 170 pounds. The highway hot rod is approaching 200 pounds, and you can really tell the difference, both in the way it runs, but also how hard it is to pull over.
We got the 372